Alright, so we are on the way to PopCon Indy or Indy PopCon, Indianapolis. Everything's checked. I had to check my stand, but the luggage is kind of torn, so I'm hoping it makes it okay. We'll see when we arrive. Alright, waiting on this long and forever lasting line to get out of here to drive 20 minutes. It'll be 1:30 in the morning when I get there, and I'm starving. And then I have 5 hours after that to where I can get up and go set up my booth. So amazing, amazing. I'm glad I got a nap on the plane. Okay, we're off to an amazing start. It is 3:30 in the morning, and I'm just now getting into my room because there was a problem with my reservation. It took me 2 hours to get it figured out. So this weekend is starting off fantastic, you know. Hopefully this is the worst of the weekend. Anyway, guys, good night. I got 4 hours of sleep to get, and then I gotta be back up in the morning to set up. So I want to actually put some time into the setup so that it's appropriate and it's not rigged, so that, you know, that it's structural. I don't have my cart because I couldn't bring it into my carry-on. It was too heavy. I don't have the little wagon. I love that thing, but I couldn't afford to bring it with me. Stuff, it's you'd be surprised at how much like prints weigh, how much they weigh in general after you have so many of them. They start to add up like crazy. Good news is that my desk mats made it safely, and my other prints made it safely too. I looked at them while I was sad and waiting on my reservation news, and they look good, so I'm happy about that. It is time for bed. Okay, so a lot happened in the last 10 hours, but I got some sleep a little bit. I am extremely late. It's 11:07. Show opens at 12, so I gotta set this whole booth. So I'll be right back, guys. So Friday update. After all the chaos that I had to endure, it's a slow day for sure. Yeah, I would just say that it's pretty slow. But I have made sales. I've made 5 sales, so I'm no longer PR for 0 sales in a day. So this is the booth upgraded. Of course, I don't have my postcard stands because of my own incompetence. I ended up not bringing the important part of the stand, so I have to figure out if I can makeshift something tonight. But I like how it came out all together, and I do like the stand being up, but there's always something that keeps it from being complete. I haven't done any actual scanning. Captain Jack Sparrow. On. The lighting for this show isn't as good as the one in the hotel, but I will say I've met some really cool people, some return customers from last year. That's been awesome. And yeah, in general, it's been a good experience. Of course, it's been slow, but you know, it could be worse. I could have 0 sales. So. So ideally, I thought this location was pretty good, but there's not a lot of traffic that comes through here, oddly enough. Okay, so we got less than an hour before this place closed down for Friday. I am currently about $15 from making table, which I'm very grateful for. Usually I don't make table the first day, so that's a good thing. Even though it is a very slow show, I can worry about other things after that. I know a lot of people I know a lot of people tend to make table, booth, hotel, flight, all that stuff in one day. That is awesome for them, and I wish I could get there, and hopefully I can get there one day. But right now, we take the small wins. A, I didn't leave today with $0 made, and B, I'm almost made enough to make table, even with all the chaos of today and this weekend so far. So I want to be positive and take that and run with it, you know. All right, I think everyone's getting ready to pack up for the first day. It's pretty dead in here. It's been pretty consistently slow today, but you know, I'm not angry about it. It was chaotic, so for me in general, so I'm cool with the chill Friday. Hopefully Saturday's a little bit more busy though, you know. On the hunt for food, walking in the rain. Of course the rain will follow me from Dallas to Indianapolis. Of course. Something about it's pretty though. Buffalo Wild Wings. Nah, I want ramen. Hopefully this is worth being late, but I'm doing a side mission here. Alright, last night, and it was raining and I didn't want to go to Walmart, so I'm doing it now. Should only take 5 or 6 minutes, but I'm already kind of late, so we'll see. It's picked up a little bit. Sorry I haven't been wanting to film. It's not been going so well for me, to be honest, but I still want to do my due diligence and film this convention. As of right now, it's not a show that I would recommend traveling to. Like I said, Friday was better. I had high hopes, but today is slower than Friday was, even though there are more people. I feel like I get less traffic. It's been kind of dead for me the whole time. Hey, so it's 4 o'clock and I'm still pretty energized. I'm sipping on this energy drink. The day's been steady, slow, but you know, I'm not mad about it, dude. I should have made smarter decisions. When it came to where I was staying and how much money I was spending to get here. Being more frugal, I would probably be profiting right now, but because to me, it's not I'm not splurging on these things, but certain things I feel like I need, like comfort and just transportation. So if I went without those things, then I probably would be profiting right now, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. So I blame myself for putting myself in the hole. It's my fault. But as you can see, again, I mean, pretty much a dead space. There are people here. They're just on the perimeter, just not in the middle. Show's over. Time to get some food. Alright, it's Sunday, finally. Sunday. Saturday went okay. I would say really decent in sales. I didn't really meet the goals I wanted to make, but again, I talked to some of my neighbors, and I'm just being really stupid about how I spend my money, especially when I'm traveling for these shows. Just spending way too much, and if my bar was lower, I would be profiting a lot right now. And I don't know. I just didn't do it responsibly, so we'll see what we can do today. I'm about $400 down, so I still need $400 just to break even. So great, but we'll see. All right, bye. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. So I don't expect to get any sales anytime soon, so I'm gonna walk around just a bit, just so you guys can see like who's here. His booth has been really popular this weekend. More art here. A lot of these booths are pretty well designed, honestly. As you go, there's more congestion, but there are a lot of open spaces still. These are where the voice actors are. Long panel, long lines, but not really in depth at this point.
I have a card.
Vendors area. Oddly, it's the closest to the voice actors, which you'd think it'd be the artist alley that's the closest to the voice actors, but I'm not in charge of anything. Dressing panels, figures. More vendors. This guy's art is crazy good. I see it around all the time. I want to say he was in Oklahoma as well. This guy also is going hard. It's kind of overwhelming, to be honest. I'm not really able to get everything. I'm just kind of pacing it through. But, see, the vendors and the artists are kind of mushed into each other, but for the most part, the vendors are in the back and the artists are in the front, it looks like. 3D printed art, I think, or twisted wired. Jesse, it's me. The booth neighbor, they're going kind of off. He's in his tablet right now. I have his mama.
Okay, but yeah, when you stop back later, I'm trying to get the price.
You like went out with a party.
This side is a little less congested, as you can see. Some people still haven't made it in yet, but it's not like I'm at my booth right now. Quick run through. These guys haven't made it in yet, but they have really cool art. Same here. I guess everyone had like a slow weekend. Either that or they did really well. And they just don't need to be here right now. Wow, that's actually a lot bigger than I thought it was, to be honest. It's just spaced out, which is a good thing, but I feel like maybe the convention center might be too big for this show. If that makes sense. This guy's got some cool stuff.
I've seen like the first two.
How's it going? Thank you. As far as familiar people, I thought I knew one more person that was here, but I don't see their table. Ah, actually I do. I see them right ahead. That's their booth. Goes hard. Alright, I guess that's pretty much it. I'm gonna make my way back to my table and
Yeah, I didn't think about that. My daughter goes,
that'll be pretty much it. So Starbucks' line was way too long, and I decided to just go to the bar, and the barista just gave me this drip for no cost. That was awesome. Very appreciative of that. Starting the day off right, you know? Don't look at my ashy hands. Is that a Ditto hat? You gotta keep track of it, man. You have inventory? You count it later, right? Yes, yeah. Folio as well. I have a couple things inside that I don't have on the backdrop. So it goes first. Just be careful with it. It's a little flimsy, like a last minute thing. Not gonna lie, this is probably the slowest Sunday I've ever had. So, unfortunately, we are just chilling. Alright, we are officially 1 hour until close. It's getting really dead in here, so my flight doesn't leave till late. The show's over. Sunday was a bust in a lot of different ways, but you know, like I said, I kind of take the L because I was super irresponsible with like the money that I spent to get here, and like trying to stay within a realistic bracket on price when I was booking these things and buying these things for the show. I'm by myself, so I can run numbers with you guys real quick so I don't have to do a recap. So total spent for the show, I spent $16.80 for flights, hotel, for car, and booth. First off, the booth price was extremely high. Booth price alone was $345. That's crazy for like the the lack of attendance for the show. Second, the hotel, $600 for the hotel for 3 nights. Hold on. Okay, so hotel alone was like $680 for 3 nights, and that's another thing I want to kind of talk about is how expensive it was this weekend just to be here. There was a lot of things going on. There was concerts, races. I think there was a fair going on, or some kind of festival going on here that drew large crowds of people, and every hotel was like price gouging like crazy. Like I was staying 15 minutes away from the hotel, so I had to have a rental car, and that just was the extra $200. But even with the $200 plus the $600, I saved money compared to staying in a hotel that was like right here, because these hotels were charging like $1,000 a night, and that's insane. $1,000 for like these hotels. They're not that nice, bro. I've stayed here last year, and I spent less than I spent at the hotel 15 minutes away. So yeah, so just be careful when you're booking these shows if you're traveling for these shows. My buddy, my booth mate or neighbor, he was telling me about how he stayed at like a motel, which I was like, that's crazy, but realistically, bro, that was smart. That he spent like less than half of what I spent on hotel costs, and I would have been in the green if it hadn't been for that, huh? Other things that I mean, besides the outrageous cost of the booth and the outrageous cost of the hotel, the other stuff couldn't be helped. Because I had to stay at a hotel farther away, I needed a car, and that just raised it up $200 more. The flight itself couldn't be helped. Texas, I'm in Dallas, it's like a 15-hour drive. The price of gas is insane, so I would have either rented a car, driven for 15 hours, and then paid like $200 in gas anyway. So, and then my time, right? How valuable is that? So, yeah. Now, we can talk what I ended up making after everything was broken down. I thought I was a lot further in the red. I thought I was like a total bust. I mean, it was, but I ended up making 600. Sorry, I ended up making 1647 after all is said and done. So I spent 1680 and made 1647. So a little less than $40 in the negative, which could be a lot worse because of how irresponsible I was. So I'm grateful that it wasn't worse, but lesson learned. I'm probably not going to be back. I doubt I'll be back. As far as like pros and cons go, I would say like a big pro was just the location. Like last time, the location. I'm from the convention center, and there's all these places to eat and drink, so it's nice. But yeah, there's plenty of things to do in this area, plenty of food, plenty of like nightlife stuff. But because I was so far away, I ended up not even doing anything fun. I had dinner last night, and then I drove back home because it's, again, 15 minutes. I'm not about to go crazy and have to drive 15 minutes home. I didn't want to be irresponsible in that regard. And plus, I'm not making money, so why am I spending so much money, right? That's like the biggest pro. Another pro is that I was booth next to a buddy that I met last year in GalaxyCon. He was really cool. We had a good time just hanging out, vibing. He did really well because he was really frugal and he didn't spend as much money as me. So he made profit, decent profit actually, where I did not. But I also think he sold more too though. So his booth was probably just better in general. As far as cons go, I would say the biggest con is the cost, right? The cost of everything. That's like the biggest con. And then the second one was the attendance. So there was not enough people there. And the convention center was way too big for the amount of vendors we had. We had so much space. And I think when you have a lot of space, it makes it hard for people to shop because it's like so open. Like you just start wandering aimlessly instead of having direction like Artist Alley does. It guides you in a direction. And there was no direction at this show. There's just random, aimlessly wandering. I think I turned a little early, but I'm gonna take a left here. So the attendance is not very high, and the cost was so high. Like the cost was high enough that you would expect it to be packed in there. It just wasn't. Even my buddy who did great wasn't really happy with how long it took to make sales and how many people were actually there. Even though he did great, his expectations were higher because of the cost of everything. So I think that's how everyone felt. So yeah, I don't think I have any more things to say, like besides the layout, the cost, and the attendance, as far as cons go. But I will say, I love this area. I would definitely come back if it was smart to, but it doesn't seem like it will be. So probably won't be. I wonder if he will, but he might. He did good, so maybe he'll give it another shot. We'll see. But overall, I might just stop traveling altogether for shows. They just don't work. So I might just be a local artist for now on until I can figure out how to actually make something out of nothing. We'll see. Anyway, guys, I'm about to get food. Alright, so I've had dinner. It's time for me to head back to the car, get ready to take it back to the airport, and get ready for my flight. I just want to say thank you guys for watching, and thank you guys for supporting me. And if any of you have bought art for me, have met me in person, have talked to me, I appreciate you. With all my heart, it means a lot. It means the world for any of those who have supported me in any way. So thank you so much. I know I got a lot to learn. I got a lot to consider when it goes to like getting accepted to these shows. Just because I get accepted doesn't mean I need to go. Sometimes an acceptance isn't necessarily a good thing. It's not always an opportunity. Sometimes it's like more of a burden and having to pay out more than you make. So it's a risk. So you really need to take more calculated steps. And for those who may be ever considering if they want to go to the show, I would say consider the expenses, and if you are in a drivable distance and you're okay with staying in a less than or lower quality hotel, it might be worth it. Just don't spend a lot of money coming out here to this show. Not yet, not unless it grows. There's also another show like 3 weeks from now, a Comic-Con, and so that might have something to do with like the lack of. Not sure. Who knows? But I would rate this as a local con go-to, or a local con vending opportunity, but not something that I would travel to ever again. Unless I'm within drivable distance from the show, I probably won't ever be here again. Even though I do love this area and what it has to offer, it just doesn't, the attendance just isn't giving me what I need to justify what I am spending for the show. So I know all of my shortcomings, so no need to be negative in the comments. Most of you guys are positive, but sometimes I do get a negative comment every now and then. It's like, I already know this stuff, guys. Any advice I appreciate, but like, you can keep the negativity. It's not like I don't know these things already, but I'm very accepting of positive, or what's the word I'm looking for? Productive criticism. If it's counterproductive and it's like, it doesn't make a difference, like, you know, just telling me one thing or another, I already know. So obviously I understand that I have a lot of work to do as an artist, but also as a businessman. So I'm doing the work, trust me, I am. Sometimes I get a little bit more faith in myself than I might deserve. I don't know. Let's see. That's the Marriott. I think I'm right down here. Anyway, for those of you who are supportive and positive and offer the constructive criticism that is beneficial for me or useful for me, I appreciate you for taking the time. I appreciate you for watching my content. I appreciate you for being here. Yeah, I'm about to get on the flight, and I mean, my flight's not until tomorrow morning, so I got a lot of time to edit and maybe get started on more ideas for art. Maybe consider some commissions to make up some cash and other things. So thanks for watching, guys. Love you. Talk to you later. Bye.